Tater King.
Smurff.
Rocking with us on the couch.
Alright. Today, man, what's on my mind? What's, you know what I'm saying? Just bubbling on this cranium right here is just that verdict about the whole, you know what I'm saying, can't think of the cop's name, Cheney or who, the guy that killed George Floyd, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? We're going to even go with that one. You know what I'm saying? And for those that haven't seen it, I don't know if you've seen it, Two Distant Strangers.
I checked it out literally a couple nights ago. I checked it out. Checked it out.
Man, that motherfucking movie right there is, you know what I'm saying? I can't even call it a movie for real, but it is what it is. But it's the powerful 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
it's deep. I would say the deepness and the darkness that I took out of it was even when that man found out how to do things right and how to communicate with this person. And in the end, he still got the same results. It was still wrong. So basically, almost what it tells us is no matter what, we're going to lose in the end. No matter what, we don't have a way to win. No matter what, we're going to get beat. Like this cop killed this man every day for no reason. And then he finally found out a way to reach out to the cop, to conversate with the cop, to let him know what was going on. And it seemed like he reached that cop. But in the end, it was still, that cop was going to kill you regardless.
Yeah. I didn't see everything. This one to top the cake. I'm like, man, how can this man, what got me is when this man was literally predicting the skater was going to fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is getting ready to happen. This is getting ready to happen.
They're about to kiss.
Yeah. And the man still, like, didn't believe him. So oh, man.
And then when he finally did believe him, which was the ending portion of the movie, it's like, he said, well, what can I do to change this? And he said, and just take me home. Went, roll home, nice conversation, intellectual. He even said, like, yo, I've never had a conversation with someone like you before. Like, basically saying I never had a conversation like this with a black man.
He was racist from me.
Exactly. And then no matter what, as he dropped that man off at home, he still killed him.
Yeah, because he still didn't believe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, black people cannot be intelligent, intellect, and have decent conversations with
and no matter what, it's the case of also too where you got to shine a light on the crooked cop thing. And the crooked cop thought was going to kill a black man for no reason, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, this black man had to die. And the only thing that the movie gives us is that he died because he was black. And you know, that points out things with some of these cops. So it's like, and I'm not racist, so I don't like to bring race in the matter, but when we talk about somebody like George Floyd, like, would he be dead if he was white?
We already know.
I can't answer that question. I'm not the cop and I wasn't there. That was just a question. And it's like, those are the type of questions that we have to ask ourselves, because these are the things that let us know how we have to carry ourselves in life.
Man.
Daily. Like, if I can't walk out a store without getting harassed by a cop because he's white with a badge, he kills me because I'm black with dreadlocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a double standard, man. Man, can nobody tell me that if, you know what I'm saying, race isn't a factor? Race is a factor, man. It's just hidden. If, you know what I'm saying, if you get a person upset enough, I'm pretty sure racial slurs will come out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's not necessarily considering them a racist, but, I mean, if you down to throw slurs, I mean, what open the book for everything else? You know
yeah, that's true.
But,
you know, like I said, once again, I'm not a racist guy at all. And, you know, like when I talk to people about racism, I always implement the fact that a lot of black people tend to be more racist than white people because the way they react to things or the things they say. Like, black people make a lot of racial slurs as well. You know, you on the highway, you driving, and I cut you off. All you say is, that motherfucker, you know, and then, you know, the white man cuts you off and you say, oh, that's why I can't stand white people. Like, what did race have to do with that? This was a man that cut you off just like if it was me, it was a man that cut you off, and I can't stand that motherfucker. Say the same thing. I can't stand these motherfuckers that can't drive. That's what it was. That was a motherfucker that drove the way they wanted to drive. It didn't have nothing to do with that person being white.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's just, but like I said, and black people, are still trapped. If we say move on from shit, live like I never lived through slavery. And I mean, whatever's in the history book, and as we know now in this day and age, 90% of the things in the history book are lies. So why are we still going off what's in that book? That is something that we actually don't know nothing about. You don't even know a nigga that was a slave. So with those type of things being said and done, I would say it's all on just how you look at things, how you see things, how you do things. Also with racism, I would say you also got to think what a white person has been through with black people before you call them racist. You got to understand, like, how many times did this white person give a black person a chance before they said, I'm just through dealing with them? That's like, nigga, when you go to McDonald's and they fucked up your meal so many times and they say, I ain't fucking with McDonald's no more.
Yeah, but see, it's
the same thing. If black people don't let this white person down so many times that I just don't want to fuck with them no more, that doesn't mean they're racist. That means I know what not to deal with. Just like, niggas that you don't deal with no more because they let you down so many times. You got to think of what people been through too before you call them racist just because they white, black, Asian, Mexican, whatever.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, so all right, I got a point for you. So basically, you saying no matter how many times I'd have been disrespected by a person from a different race, could be Haitians, could be Jamaicans, could be Caucasians.
That has nothing to do with that whole race. That's that person.
Right. So I'm disrespected by 3 times by the Haitians, 4 times by the Jamaican, 5 times by the, so when should I call it quits or when I'm dealing with that race then?
Sometimes look at how you deal with that race. I mean, if you got 8 Africans that disrespected you, well, what did you do to them? It's a flip side to every story.
I mean, yeah, but if you treat everybody the same out the gate, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't worry about having that
sometimes pay
problem.
attention to where you was at as well, okay? Or are you just in a place that you shouldn't be? I mean, it is such thing as wrong place, wrong time. You just wrong neighborhood. These people don't fuck with me over here. I'm gonna stop going over here. That don't mean every Mexican. You go down to Independence Avenue. This is Mexican territory. They don't fuck with you. That don't mean the Mexicans in the '80s ain't gonna like you. Just saying you can't blame the whole race for a situation that took place.
I don't know. I mean, you can't blame the whole race because, like, I ain't gonna lie. As a younger kid, I was in the Big Sister Big Brothers program.
Mm-hmm.
In my Big Sister Big Brothers program, I was picked up or adopted by a couple that was white. So I dealt with them for 25, 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you had white people that actually love the black man.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But I have been in situations where, you know what I'm saying, I've been talked about or,
Okay.
Or where they...
How old was you when you got,
I was
kind of
9.
adopted by that? 9.
I was 9.
At the age of 9, one of the things that we taught in school, cause and effect.
But
there's a cause to why they act like that with this group of people. And racism is not always the bottom line.
I don't see what I mean, I don't see. I mean, I can't see it. I see racism is always a factor. It's just hidden.
Racism can play a factor, and no matter what, when you're dealing with another race, racism will always be in the mind because this is how we were raised. This is the world we live in. But every situation is not a racist matter.
Oh no,
but
I'm not
saying
that.
Blames it on the race when it's an opposite race.
Oh no, but I mean, when it depends on if you're talking about like government, you know what I'm saying, that will definitely play a factor as in race, and it depends on the situation. But not every factor in life, or if it's a disagreement just on like this color is a racial factor. No.
Okay. So that cop that killed George Floyd, he was found guilty on all charges earlier. George black or white or gold? Did racism play a factor? Okay, we can say racism played a factor in George Floyd's murder. Maybe not. Maybe he just followed the protocol he thought he was supposed to, but maybe not. Maybe he was too aggressive, maybe not. Okay, but the jury that convicted him today, do we blame this on race? Or did they hang a white man to use him as an example that we're not racist?
I'm lost on that one because
Yo. Listen,
because
if this whole jury was white, the thing is, no matter what, if they would have said he was not guilty, race would have been a matter. They'd have said, just because he a white man, he killed that black man, they let him go. So do you think it's possible that they only found him guilty because they didn't want that to be in the public? Because right now the public would be ranting about racism if that man was not convicted.
oh well, nah, the man was convicted because he didn't follow protocol. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it.
That's what I was asking. I was asking, did you see it as protocol not being followed or possibly followed, or was he used as an example? You know, they use examples every day.
It could have had failure to follow protocol, and I would believe that he took some personal anger out on this man. You know what I'm saying? Because for you, especially if I'm not saying, I'm saying if it was a white man, he wouldn't have had his neck on his knee on his neck. He would not have. I done seen videos where it was.
You gotta understand too. This was a smaller white cop to a big black man.
It was like 4 or 5 cops on this man.
Yeah, but when we got to detain this big black man, my knee on his neck. I mean, maybe I didn't realize my knee was on his neck. Maybe I did. I'm just saying, like, do we have? You know, a lot of things are opinionated, conversated, discussed, but what we really don't know is what was going through that man's mind when he had his foot on that man's neck, because he could have been scared for his motherfucking life. You gotta understand that with what goes on every day in the world, definitely dealing with opposite races, and one is a cop. For one, every day you hear niggas say they hate the police. Hey, we hate the police. Fuck the police. This is how we was raised. This is Ice Cube and them was doing that back in the day before we was born. So you know what I mean? So when it gets to the point where no matter what, when the cop approaches your situation, I already know that I am in danger no matter what. This person doesn't like me. This person will do what they gotta do, whatever they want to do. Like maybe he was just protecting himself and it went too far, or maybe not. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's always another angle to look at it.
Yeah, I feel you. But in that George Floyd case, race was an issue. You know what I'm saying? The man was one on each arm, one on each leg, one on each arm. It was no way he should have felt threatened enough to have a knee on his
Understandable. So when we talk about racial matter, what happens when it's 4 small black cops on one big black man? What I'm saying is this is when race doesn't come up. They just say, oh man, them cops killed old boy. Oh, they killed my nigga. You know, I mean, shit like that. The race won't play a factor in that. But this type of shit happens every day as well, but it's never in the media. Because the media only wants to give negativity to us. And if you notice, the minority only watch the news. Rich white folks, rich black people, they don't watch the news. We both work in a rich environment. How many of them white people watch the news? Tell the truth. No, tell the truth.
I don't know.
How many times have you heard one of them white people that you know got that money talk about the news?
Oh, they talk about it. Well, they talk about what pertains to the profession, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, too, another conversation that we have definitely in the black community is canceling out negativity. When you cancel out negativity, you have no reason to watch the news unless you just checking the weather channel. Oh, yeah. Which nowadays, we got smartphones.
I don't watch the news at all. I mean, but I glance at it, but in certain situations, I'll sit down and watch it.
The news never puts nothing positive on it. It's to keep disabled minds in a disabled place.
That it probably does, but I mean, it also, you have other outlets that this isn't the news that exploits all the negativity that's being, you know what I'm saying, overlooked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but that's what I'm talking about. The positive things don't go on there. They won't tell us how good DMX was doing before he just overdosed. But now we know he's dead.
Right. I mean, but you know, like I said, like I said, they have other outlets, you know what I'm saying, because DMX was on Instagram Live doing preaching and having.
But that was his Instagram Live. That ain't somebody else's. This is not them promoting him. They're not gonna tell. And the news is not gonna tell you that DMX was on there religious. But they're gonna say he overdosed, and they're gonna call him a druggie. And this is a black man that died from drugs. And this is what the news will tell you.
Oh well, I mean, I don't know what the news will say. I don't believe half the stuff on the news anyway. But when you got video evidence and of clear fact that it's racist, and I mean that a lot of cops on the force. I mean, if you want to say the black ones, the white ones, yeah, I mean, they're probably unprofessional, untrained, and I can guarantee you, 85% of the time they approach every black person the same. You know what I'm saying?
But
I can't
think
go
about
on that.
think about how 85% of the time every black person approaches them the same.
How do you approach an officer the same?
Okay, if you got pulled over and I got pulled over, our reactions will most likely be the same or close to similar.
I feel that.
Okay, so same thing when a cop is, you know what I mean, on the other side, you're getting the same thing from both sides. You're just flipping it. This is a globe and you're just rotating. But no matter what, we both have to be in precaution. So now you have black men that are scared of officers because we get killed every day, and then you have officers that are scared for their lives because they get killed every day too. But the only thing that makes the news is when it's the opposite race. Because black men kill black men every day, and white cops kill white people every day. White cops kill white people more than they kill black people, but that's not on the news.
I don't know.
No, those is facts, baby. You gotta Google that or something. You gotta look that up.
I would.
A lot of cops that kill people is more often that a white cop killed another white man, but they don't put that on the news because you don't care about it. You change the channel, but then as soon as you see that the cop killed the black man, you want to watch the whole story.
I mean,
I'm just saying that's life. That's how it go. But this is how they trained our minds. They trained us, and we went for it. It's on us to reconstruct the way we think and the way we move and the way we do things, so these type things don't even take place. Yeah. And that way, an officer won't be scared when he see me. He can say hi. And that way, you won't be scared when you see an officer. You know what I mean?
The officer are always gonna be scared.
Okay, so this is why they kill people. Though. It's like if you roll up, if you get into an argument with a nigga and you know he got a gun, what's the difference? You gonna kill him.
But that's not their job. Man. That's not their job.
Yo, their job is still to I mean, listen, ain't nobody's job to kill nobody, period. But when you're protecting yourself, you're protecting yourself. And it don't matter what your job title is.
Their job is to protect us.
Your job is to serve and protect. But if their duty was, I mean, yeah, their job is to serve, but no matter what, as humans, they want to
go home too. Yeah, but I mean, so that means you use your head and don't approach every black person as they got a gun tucked off in the seat or some drugs.
But once again, that's the type of stuff that makes the movies, and that's the type of stuff that makes the media, and that's what we see on the movies. But they pull over a white man with their gun drawn as well. They pull over a Mexican man with their gun drawn as well.
And I seen a situation where the man pulled over to a white man, pulled him over, had his gun drawn. Man had a gun in the seat. The man said, "I know my constitutional law."
And that's what you tell them, and that's part of the thing too. This is the thing too, though. When approaching people, it is a necessary way to do it, and you have to talk right when you're talking to these people. So it's like this: when I talk correctly to an officer, and every time I get pulled over, something I got a gun with me. It's legal, it's registered, it's in my name, it's all that. You have to tell them that though, and when you tell them that, this is when they know how to correctly detain the situation, no matter how it goes. But when you never even said it was a gun in the car, which is like how most black men would do, and they find the gun or they see you reaching, and then there was a gun right there. I mean, this is a toss up. This is a toss up there. But you know what I mean? When the cop pull you over and say, "Hey, how's it going?" The officer, "Hey, I am legal, legit. My firearm is in here." You tell him where it is. Other than that, you're not even supposed to tell them where it is. You're supposed to take the clip out and put it on the dash, which that means the dash cam would catch that. But when niggas don't follow protocol, how you expect the cop to follow the protocol? Your gun under the seat and you get to reaching down and he shoots you. Yo, you look guilty. And on that camera, you just said, we talk about the cameras. The camera shows that you reached down where the gun was. No matter what y'all conversated about, because that's what the camera didn't get y'all conversation. It looks like you guilty. If you follow protocol, the cop can't win.
And so all right. So in this video, when the man said, "No, I'm not shutting off my car," no, had the gun right there, didn't have a clip out or anything, had the gun right there. They had his guns drawn at the man, told the man to get out the car. The man said, "No, I know my constitutional law. I feel threatened. There's no way." Got his hands out the car just like
this. That's how it's supposed to be.
All right.
Following protocol.
And drove off.
No, you can't drive off.
The man drove off. Did they chase this man?
Yeah.
No, they did not.
Nah, you're supposed to chase him. Yeah, okay.
They let this man roll right on off. So, and if that was a black man, they would have shot that man.
You know, I can't give answers to that, but you know what I can say is